talk to me about that aspect, because right, the aspect of sales and teaching when you write.
Certainly, the power of persuasion is important in every facet of life. That's huge. I fully agree with you.
Like the style of language when you're writing to 600,000 people.
Oh, okay.
What does that form look like? What should it look like, do you think?
Well, I mean, in today's society, I feel it's getting ever more complicated, difficult. It seems like we live in a hypersensitive era currently. So that is something that has to be considered at all times, particularly if you're not just a human tweeting on your own Twitter, if you are communicating with a bajillion people. What is unfortunate about that is you're not looking at those people. You can't in real time gauge their responses. You can't clarify what you meant in real time, etc. So it's like you just have to carefully choose your words. You have to have the best intent. If you feel like something that's great about Bigger Pockets is I'm surrounded by all these extremely intelligent people. And so if anything seems like it might be a gray area, like, what do you think about this or that? Could this be perceived in a negative light in this way or that way? Bouncing those ideas off of people before you shoot it off into the ether is definitely for the best. At the same time, as someone who's been a writer and editor for several years at this point, you also, and probably just as a human in general, have to develop a somewhat thick skin and also just a clear sense of self in that you're never going to be able to please everyone with what you say. Someone's always going to be offended. People might skew things in a way that you never intended. And you can't even fault them for that. Everyone is interpreting everything they encounter, whether it's written or, out in the real world. They're interpreting everything through a lens of their experiences, and you can't fault them for that. Everyone does it. So you kind of have to have a thick skin and just know that you have to be confident that you're coming from, a good place. You had a good message, you had good intent behind it. And bouncing ideas off other people when you're questioning anything is absolutely for the best, and something that anybody writing, editing, etc., probably has learned the hard way one or several times.